Draw the line between the truth and the design, but don't forget that fateful night when the stars blinked out mid-flight. The satellite just lost its breath as if it choked on whispered death. A glitch they said, but who can know when secrets ride the radio? Oh, pick your poison, choose your side. The signal fell, the voice still cried. Was it real or just a play? A warning lost along the way. You choose what you believe. I can't say what's false or true. I only know what pierced right through. That voice, so raw, so full of dread, it echoed deep inside my head. The urgency, like thunder's roll. A man who feared for more than soul. It felt like truth, it felt like pain. A broadcast burned into the brain. Oh, pick your poison, take the ride. The night the signal up and died. A voice that shook the midnight air, then vanished like it wasn't there. You choose what you believe. So when the dial begins to spin and static ghosts come creeping in, remember him, the voice, the cry, the man who called, then said goodbye. The night the signal died.
Line, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello, Art.
Yes.
Hi. I don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, look, let's begin by finding out whether you're using this line properly or not.
Area 51.
Yeah, that's right. Were you an employee or are you now?
A former employee.
Former employee.
I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and I've kind of been running across the country. Oh man, I don't know where to start.
Here's a story about a phone call coming in from Area 51. Meant for Art Bell, but it sounded like a message straight out of hell. September night, the air was thin. A voice broke through the static din. He said, I worked where shadows crawl, where secrets rise and empires fall. Cracked, his breath was wild, like a hunted man, no longer mild. He spoke of beings not from here, of other realms of creeping fear. Oh, the night the signal died, truth was spoken, then denied. A voice from deep within the veil, cut off mid-scream, mid-truth, mid-tale. The night the signal died. He warned of plans, of silent wars, of doors that open, never close, of things that walk but wear no skin, of horrors waiting to begin. Then silence fell, the feed went black, Art Bell froze, no way back. The satellite just signal died. So if you hear a whisper low from static winds that start to blow, remember him, that frantic cry, the man who spoke then said goodbye the night.
Well, hello. This is Ranger Dave, and I have another story for you. This time it's a rather personal one because I was listening to the radio late one night, and I'm flipping through the stations, and of course I always listen to Art Bell, but sometimes, it wasn't a great show, so you flip around. And I flipped back to Art, and it was just one of those kind of spontaneous things. All of a sudden, this guy is phoning in, and he says he's worked at Area 51. He's real jittery, like he saw Donald Trump naked or something, and he had just seen Donald Trump morph into a reptile or something. Something really scary happened to that guy. And he's talking about interdimensional beings, shadow governments, mass population control, Then poof, he's gone. Nothing. Not static, not interference, just gone.
They're gonna, they'll triangulate on this position really soon.
So you can't spend a lot of time on the phone, so give us something quick.
Okay, okay, what we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra-dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the military, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now, Art.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable. I started getting...
Seven moons had passed the tide. April came with truth to hide. The voice returned but changed its tune, no longer haunted by the moon. He said, forget that frantic night. It was a game, not second sight. Just a tale, a voice I played, a hoax beneath the masquerade. Oh, the signal came again. But was it truth or just pretend? Was fear a mask, a clever scheme, or was the first call still a scream? Decide what you believe. Some say the truth was buried in a cover-up, a final twist, a voice erased in government mist. Art Bell paused, the line went cold, the mystery never growing old. Was it madness? Was it real? Was it just a cosmic spiel? But left us lost in smoke night is dark and deep, and radio waves begin to weep. Remember both the scream, the sigh, the man who called then said goodbye. The night the signal died.
But what freaks me out about it is the idea that he was telling the truth, maybe, and the idea that someone didn't want us to hear it because if it was a prank, they would have just let it roll, and of course it disappeared. Well, 7 months later, and I remember because I was listening to this show too, this guy phones in and he says it's the same guy, and he says it was all a hoax, a joke, a bit. But the voice seemed a little bit different. The energy was off, definitely. And it was like they'd replaced him with a clone who majored in improv.
Everybody, I am the Area 51 caller. That's my statement, and let you or whatever tear it apart.
You claim you're the Area 51?
I am the man.
How do you account for the fact, Area 51 caller,
Okay.
that part of the way through your spiel, the satellite went down?
I have no idea, and it scared the heebie-jeebies out of me that night. I've called a number of times on your specialty line nights doing different, kind of wacky characters, and that's all that one was supposed to be. And if the call had been completed, it would have been ancient history by now.
Has it occurred to you, as Barbara Marx Hubbard suggested tonight, that perhaps, if you're really what you say you are, you created the reality of the rest of the situation and took down my satellite?
That scares the heebie-jeebies out of me because it means that what I was saying was somehow correct, and it was fabrication, kind of
creating a reality.
Yeah, if that was the case, I humbly apologize to you because I love your show, and the last thing I would ever want to do is
knock
tear
me
you
off the
air.
Like I said, the lines are blurred. Truth and fiction both inferred. Were they one or were they two? Was it all a crafted ruse? Maybe both were playing games, chasing shadows, chasing fame. The first a hoax, a voice in fear, the second just a volunteer. Oh, echoes in the static stream, truth unraveling at the seams. Was it real or just a play? A signal lost along the way. You choose what you believe. But maybe, just maybe, the first was real. A cry for help they tried to seal. And the second, calm and clean, was part of some controlling scheme. Or maybe both were jubilee. But maybe, just maybe, the first was real. A cry for help they tried to seal. And the second, calm and clean, was part of some controlling scheme. Or maybe both were just the same. A man who played a clever game. A voice that danced from fear to jest. A soul disturbed, a mind possessed. Final echoes in the static stream, truth unraveling at the seams. Was it madness? Was it fate? A warning sent too late. You choose what you believe. So tune your dial and close your eyes. The truth still hides in midnight skies. A voice once lost, a tale retold, a mystery that never grows old. The night the signal died.
And that's the thing, folks. In this world, truth doesn't come with a certificate. It comes with static, silence, and a sudden loss of signal. You want to know what's real? Look for what gets shut down. Look for what gets buried. Look for what sweats the suits. Because reality isn't CNN, it's not Fox, it's not even Art Bell, and it's not Radio Gordo. Reality is the moment when the lights flicker, the air gets cold, and the voice on the line says, "They're coming," and then nothing. Sleep tight, folks. This has been Ranger Dave with another story time.
So tune your dial and close your eyes. The truth still hides in midnight skies. A voice once lost, a tale retold, a mystery that never will grow the night. The signal died.